If you've tuned into this channel before, you know cycling is my hobby, and I like to make videos about my cycling experiences and the gear that I use. Before we get on to this video, just a reminder, if you like it, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of them, hit the subscribe button. I picked up a set of bicycle lights made by Wise Tiger, one for the back and one for the front. Are they worth it? Let's find out. The Wise Tiger bicycle light product page lists these features. They're USB rechargeable. That's something most cyclists have come to expect with bicycle lights these days because it's convenient. They have a waterproof rating of IPX4. They're easy to install and remove without any tools. And they have 4 different lighting modes. Light on at 100% brightness, light on at 50% brightness, slow flash, and fast flash.
Hey, why don't we have a look at this thing, eh?
Okay, unboxing time. I'm not expecting much for 20 bucks. So I'm going to peel this off. Get this out of the way. Let's see what comes in the box. The box is difficult to open. There we go. Got it. Okay, so in the box we got 2 USB cables, 2 mounting straps, and there are the 2 lights. So it's a red and a white, one obviously for the front, one for the back. What else do we get here? And we got a free gift card for congratulations, you won the lucky prize. Please contact Tata to get a USB, Bluetooth dongle, or card reader. So that was a surprise. Okay, let's get a closer look at the lights now. Now the outside shell of this thing has kind of like a rubbery texture. I don't think it's rubber, but interesting feeling. The back here has they have a clip. Obviously on the front there's a light. Both of them are identical. Clip is very plasticky, I guess you would say. You can use it to clip on probably your jacket or a backpack. These actually might be good if you're a runner too, and not having to rely solely on the reflective tapes and stuff that they end up putting on clothing so you can be seen at night. These would probably make a very good light for that, and because they're so light. If you look at the light, there's sort of a hook there, and if you look through the clip, you can see if it'll lighten up here. There we go. Right about there, there's like a little rounded hole. So what you end up doing is you slide your strap into here. You can wrap the strap around a bar. I'll use my finger as a bar. And then you use one of these segments and you just clip it into the hook here. So what I'll do is, let's see. There we go. We can do that. And I just end up hooking it up into there and away you go. And that'll hook onto different sizes. All you have to do is latch it onto different size segments. Like I'll put 2 fingers here, like it would be a thicker bar, and it works out pretty good. Pretty easy. It's very flexible, so it'll probably stretch to different sizes. Let me get this out of here, and we'll have a look at the rest of the light, take a tour, shall we say. Okay, on top, we have an on-off button here, going around the light, and this says USB, and my suspicion is this is going to be the USB port, and yes it is. There's the USB port. Now this piece of rubber has like, I don't know if you can see that. There's like a little raised bump here, right there. And that actually goes and fits itself right over top the hole where the USB port is. I hope that doesn't get too loose, because eventually if that does get loose and you're riding through a bit of water, I'm pretty sure the water will make its way right into the electronics. But overall, not too bad as far as the light. Now let's go through the flashing modes. There's supposed to be 4 flashing modes, so we'll hit 1. Okay, that is supposed to be 100% brightness. Oh, how about that? I didn't even realize. It's got a side indicator. So that's 50% light, which is pretty good. This is slow flashing mode. Now you get a better view of how the side indicator works. It's great in making you visible when traffic approaches you from the side. And we got one more, and that's sort of a double flash. I'm pretty sure the red is going to do the same thing. Let's have a look at that. There's one 100% brightness. There's 50% brightness. There's a regular flash. And then there's the double flash. So they do exactly the same thing, and it also has the side indicator. I'm curious to know if this light has a mode memory feature. And what I mean by that is the light starts up in the same mode as when you turned it off. Let's have a look and see if this does it. So I'll get to this double flash. So what should happen is when I hold this down, it should turn off, and then I should get back to double flash. And hold on a sec. That's actually another flashing mode. 3, 1, 2, 3 short, 3 short, 3 long, 3 short. Oh, this is this is SOS. So they don't even mention it anywhere. This has got 5 modes, and so this last mode is an SOS mode. That's pretty interesting. Okay, but back to what I was trying to say. So if I turn it back on, it should go into SOS mode if it has that memory feature. And no, it doesn't. Okay, so it doesn't remember. Not a deal breaker, but just something to know. Let's have a quick look at this one. I'm wondering if this thing has the SOS mode. So I'm going to turn it on. And that one there, I just held the button down. I'll count out to see how quickly it goes into it. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, there it goes. So you hold the top button down for 3 seconds, and it goes into SOS mode, which can come in handy if you're stranded or whatever. Pretty good. Let's see how to charge the light and how long it lasts on a charge. Since the light didn't come with instructions, I had to go back to the product webpage where I bought the light for help. There's a section about charging, and it says there's a charging LED that turns red when it's charging and green when it's fully charged. There's also something else that's really interesting in the charging section. There's mention that you're only supposed to use a 1 amp USB charger and not a high-powered charger. I guess high-powered charger would mean something like the one for the iPad that usually puts out 2 amps. So be cautious about that. Now, for the sake of this video, I am not going to use a high-powered charger and watch this thing go up into a puff of smoke because I plan to use them for a while. So let me put the USB cable in. Here you have the red charging light. It's hard to tell it's red because there's a red lens cover over it. So how do you tell if it's charged? I have the other light fully charged up, and you can see there's a green LED here. Actually, it looks like there's 2 charging LEDs, a red one and a green one. So I guess with the red light, you'll have to remember the LED closer to the USB port is the green one and it's fully charged. I went back to the product webpage to find out how long it takes to charge the light. It's a little bit confusing. In one section, it says it takes 3 hours, and in another section, it mentions there's an upgraded battery that charges up within 2 hours. I don't know which one I got, so let's check it out. What I did is I set up a clock, and I discharged this light, so it has no power on it whatsoever. Let's go. Hey, how about that? It only took 1 hour and 20 minutes. I guess I have the new charging circuit that's supposed to take 2 hours. Now, let's check out the claim that this light can last 6 hours at full brightness. Here we go. Well, that's a little bit of a disappointment. It only lasted 3 hours at full brightness. I did both these tests twice to verify, and both times the results were the same. I was surprised, because I used the lights in flashing mode on a couple of 3.5-hour rides, and there was still charge left. Okay, let's summarize this Wise Tiger bicycle light unboxing. Let's look at the upsides. It's a pretty good be seen light, and it'll make you noticeable on the roads, especially with that side indicator, which they don't mention anywhere. It has 5 lighting modes, 2 on modes, 2 flash modes, and the SOS mode that we found by accident. The built-in clip-in straps make it easy to adapt to other activities that require you to be seen at night or even in the daytime. They're inexpensive at under 20 bucks. Now let's go to the downside. The web product page claimed that these things can last 6 hours at full brightness, and my test showed they only last 3. So if you need something that's going to last longer than 3 hours at full brightness, you might want to look elsewhere. They should have included instructions in the box to point out things like the proper charger to use, the color of the charging lights, and things like that. It would also have been nice to have a memory mode feature, so that you don't have to cycle through all the different modes to find the last one that you used. There's confusing claims on the product webpage. Like in one section, it says the light charges in 3 hours, and then in another section, it says you have an upgraded battery that charges in 2. Check my channel out for an upcoming road test. If you're interested in buying a set of these lights, I got a link in the description below. If you use that link, it would be greatly appreciated. I get a small commission that I use to grow this channel. And that's it for the Wise Tiger unboxing. If you like the video, why don't you share it with a couple of your friends? If you don't like the video, why don't you share it with your enemies? Share it with anybody. We'll see you soon.